glad all of you have decided to join us today. And this is 15 minutes goes by really fast, and the things that we're doing are simple actions to just help your body feel good in the middle of the day. A lot of us, when we're seated, it's like, oh, the lower back starts to bother us, our shoulders, and we tend to have the posture of more rounding forward. So we're going to focus on kind of straightening that spine a little bit and just promoting inspiration to feel good throughout your days while you're spending a lot of time, most of us online and in chairs or hovering over a device of some sort. So what I'm going to have you do is come to the edge of your chair. So a lot of times when we're like leaning back in the chair, all of that weight is kind of dumping into the lower back. So one of the main focuses with all of my corporate yoga clients is learning to kind of lift out of the lower back and to sit up more straight. So you're going to come to the edge of the chair so that your sit bones, those bones in your butt, are kind of right at the edge. And then I want you to take your hands to the tops of your knees and just gently guiding the skin of your thighs forward towards your knees. And as you feel the knees move forward, I want you to pull your belly button back and these hip creases, your groins, to pull them back and in as well. So that's just the immediate kind of activation of your core energy. And then a lot of times too, we've got the head forward, and we want to learn to get the head back and not lifting the head up back, but really truly learning to set the head slightly behind the shoulders. And then we're simply going to inhale, reach your arms up nice and tall, and then hold the breath as the hands come together in prayer pose. And as you're holding the breath, you'll bring the hands to your heart, and then exhale as you expand the arms out to the side. And then flipping the palms up, take a nice deep inhaling breath here. Let the hands float down in front of your heart as you hold the breath. And then exhale, send the breath out. One more time, inhale, reach your arms up. Hold and retain the breath as the hands float down in front of your heart. And then exhale, send the arms out. So then as we expand the arms out this time, you're going to press through the base of your palm and try to push the base of your palm further out. And then squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades together. So I want you to feel sensation in the forearms. So this is really helpful too for those of us who are like typing away on our devices all day. And as you're pressing through these stop sign hands, then take your fingers to your thumb and then roll the wrist down. And then push outward again. And then touch fingertips to thumb. And one more time, push outward through your hands and fingertips to the thumb. Then we're going to flip the palms back up again. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then you're going to exhale with your right hand, grab the back of your chair or just tap the back of your chair. And with your left hand, take it to the outer right knee. Widen the energy of your right knee into your hand and let your hand serve as a brake so that the left rib cage moves over to the right more. And we'll inhale, reach your arms up nice and tall. Right hand coming to the outer left thigh, and you can touch anywhere you want to with that left arm. I'm not so concerned with the left arm as I am with the right hand touching your outer knee. I want you to feel your knee push into your hand, and your hand is a brake telling the knee to go away. And that's going to help you retract the right rib cage over to the left a little bit more as you gaze over your left shoulder. Then we'll go ahead and inhale, reach the arms up. We're going to do the same thing. Left hand to the outer right knee. Widen the energy of the knee into your hand and twist. And then one more time, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhaling over to the opposite side. Right hand to the outer left knee. Widen the energy of the knee into your hand and twist over to the side. And then we'll go ahead and come back to center. Take your hands to the tops of your knees this time. So like right below the kneecap, and push the knees forward, but at the same time, squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades back. So if you're kind of hunched forward, we're trying to take the head of the arm bone back in space. So once again, just trying to set the body up nice and tall. Then from here, straighten your legs out so that the feet are flat to the floor. And again, you're right at the edge of your chair. So the knees are slightly bent, but the feet are in front of the legs. We're going to inhale, reach your arms up. And then we're going to exhale, let the belly come down to your thighs and just reach down towards your feet. And let your head kind of just dangle below the knees. So we're letting the head get really heavy. Then we're sliding the hands up the legs. When you get to the knees, push the knees slightly forward, but at the same time, pull your groins in and back, pull your belly button in and back. Inhale, reach your arms up nice and tall. And then you're gonna exhale, reach and fold forward over your legs, reaching towards your toes. And again, you're just kind of letting the upper body get really heavy towards the ground. And then we'll go ahead and slide the hands up the legs. We're gonna do one more forward fold like that. We'll inhale, reach your arms up nice and tall. And then once again, rounding forward, reaching for your feet, and then letting your head drop down. So anytime we let the head drop down, we're bringing blood flow and oxygen to the brain, and it's really good to wake us up. So if you're feeling really tired in the middle of the day, to bring your head down and below the rest of your body is kind of a nice thing. So now we're going to go ahead and take the arms back out to the side. So this is really good for those of us who are at a desk all the time. Most of the time we're rounding down and forward. So we actually need to strengthen the neck, despite the fact that the neck oftentimes feels so crunchy and tired. So we're going to go ahead and take the arms up, and your hands are going to turn towards each other so that the tops of the hands touch. And then you're going to let the hands float down behind your head, but I don't want you to move your head out of the way. So as soon as like the hands don't want to touch anymore, you're simply going to let the arms go. And we'll go ahead and come back up, tops of the hands coming together, letting the hands float down behind your head, and then taking the arms out and bringing them back up again. So this repetitive movement is really good for strengthening the upper back, which gives the lower back a nice little break. And you'll start to feel the shoulders possibly getting a little bit tired the more we do this repeated action. And then we're going to do 2 more times. So go ahead, take the hands up, let them float down the back side of your body. And last one. And then go ahead and relax down. So from right here, we're going to go ahead and stand up, and hopefully you have enough space. I'm just gonna move my chair out of the way. So one of the things that we try to do in yoga is just simply find a sense of mobility from a place of stability. And a lot of times we think, oh, we need to be stretching all the time in yoga, but we really need us to be strong. And oftentimes, more often than not, we just need our joints to kind of open up. So we're going to be a little playful today. I think the state of the world, we need a lot more playfulness. So you're just standing, and this is a really cool thing for your brain too. Weight's going to be into your left leg, and I'm going to have you take your right leg out in front of you and take your right arm behind you. And then I want you to just go in the opposite direction and let the arm and the leg go a little back and forth. There's no right or wrong. You can bend the knee, let your elbow be bent. I want you to imagine like you're just like a floppy doll and just have fun with this. And then you'll go ahead and relax. And now we're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. And left leg's gonna come out in front, left arm behind, and then just send them. And you're not trying to control anything. You're kind of just letting yourself go. And you might be like, oh, I'm losing my balance. And that is totally fine. You might even find that the arm and the leg are going at the same direction. And we're just practicing. It's a yoga practice. And then you could stop and then go ahead and paddle the knees. So now we're going to kind of do a similar kind of thing with just our hip joint. So you're going to be strong in your left leg. You're going to lift your right knee up. And we're simply going to kind of draw circles here as if your right knee was a crayon. And you're taking the leg away from you first. So this is external rotation. This usually feels really good. And then we're going to do internal rotation. This is usually more challenging because we're actually firming the inner thigh muscles here. And so a lot of times we externally rotate and we need more of this kind of hugging into the midline action. And then we'll go ahead and pause. Now we're going to do the same thing. And I don't know about you guys, but my legs are already feeling slightly tired. So we'll lift the left knee up and we're taking the leg away from us first. So it's an external rotation. And then we're going to take it in the opposite direction. So internal rotation. And you might need to tap your foot down to help you balance, and that's all good. And then we're going to go ahead and pause and then just march your legs a little bit. So we're going to go back to our chair and we're going to have the chair in front of us. So if we were in a regular yoga class, I'm sure you've heard of the term downward facing dog pose. And we're simply going to recreate that with the chair today. So you're going to let your knees bend slightly, and I want you to grip the sides of your chair. And your arms are straight. So the thumbs are on the seat part and your forefingers may be wrapping around the sides. And then I simply want you to walk your legs back to where you feel comfortable, and then let your head drop down below your elbows. And as you're gripping the chair, see if you can lift your inner armpits. And you might be like, what? Lift your inner armpits? And those are things that sometimes we're just not used to finding that sensation. So don't worry about it. Basically, what we're trying to do is lift the shoulders, even though we're still pushing down into the chair, gripping with our weight of our body. You kind of want to push your butt slightly back. And as you're pressing into your feet, lifting your inner hip creases. So that's kind of you pulling your belly button up towards the back side of your body. Then from here, gaze towards your chair, walk a little bit closer, and then bring your hands to the chair so that your shoulders and your wrists are slightly stacked on top of each other. Keep the knees softly bent. We're simply going to lift the right arm up for a nice twist. And then take the right hand down. And then switch sides. The left arm is going to come up for a twist. And then bring the left hand down. One more time, right arm up. And you can bend the left knee. Sometimes that's more helpful here as the right arm's up. And then we can take the right hand down. You can bend the right knee slightly, left leg stays straight, and the left arm opens up. And then we'll go ahead and bring our hands back to the chair, walk to your chair, and then we're going to sit back down into the chair one more time. Bringing your hands back to your knees and be on the edge of the chair so that the feet are anchored into the ground. And so it's very important for us to pay attention to the energy of our bones. We always want that to be heavy, and that's a sensation many of us try to not have, but our bones are meant to be dense and our muscles are meant to hug into the bones and give us that energy feeling of lightness. That's what we need. We're always kind of searching between two opposites to find balance. And that's how life always is. So right here, as you have your hands to your knees, close your eyes and feel a nice sense of connection of your sit bones, your seat being very heavy. Feel a sense of your feet being connected heavily, energetically to the earth. And then feel a sense of contentment and peace and stability here in your seat as you just simply breathe. A nice deep inhale through the nose, holding that breath for a moment, and then exhaling out through the back of your throat. Sounds like a soft whisper, like and then again, nice just deep inhale through the nose, and then exhaling out through the back of your throat. And so as we feel this connection to the earth, feel strong, feel relaxed. Try to lighten any tension behind your eyes, soften the energy behind your brow. And just allow the shoulders to gently come away from your ears. And then from here, we're going to keep the eyes closed and you're going to bring your hands in prayer pose in front of your heart. And so every day we have this beautiful opportunity to awaken and be in these bodies. And I don't know about all of you, but for me, oftentimes I take this being alive for granted and I look at my list of things to do for the day instead of looking at it as what do I get to do today? And instead of doing my day, receiving my day as a gift. And to recognize that every moment that we have is an opportunity for us to soften to the sometimes very hard and cold world that we sometimes find ourselves in. And knowing that our energy, our light, our goodness is a vibration that needs to be sent out into the world. This is your purpose to share your goodness with everybody you meet. And the more we do that, the more our friends and our family and our community feel supported, and the more we feel supported, recognizing that connection to all beings. And right now, more than anything, we are in need of that unity. And so it starts right here with ourselves. So as you're here with your hands in front of your heart, embrace all of that wellspring of goodness that exists inside of you. Your compassion, your empathy, your kindness, generosity, patience. It's all there. All we need to do each and every day is to pause and tap into those tools. So I appreciate you taking the time to do a little yoga with me today. And with your hands here to prayer pose, it is tradition that we bow to each other at the end of our yoga practice and say namaste. So namaste. Thank you for being here today.